Good morning, Nursery One. Today we are going to read Sammy Spider's first Passover. You know what I see on the cover? I see a kera. Do you know what's on here? There's an egg. What else is there? There's a zroa. A roasted in the middle. I see some karpas over here. This is so interesting. Wow. I wonder how a spider celebrates Passover. Let's find out. Sammy Spider was fast asleep in his web high up on the Shapiro's living room ceiling. As the warm spring sun shone through an open window, Sammy snuggled deeper into his cozy web. A sudden swishing noise startled him awake. "Mother!" he screamed. "A monster has broken our web!" Sammy scurried across the ceiling and hid in a corner. Mrs. Spider hurried to comfort him. "Don't worry, Sammy. That monster is called a broom, and Mr. Shapiro is using it to dust the ceiling." Each spring, the Shapiros give their house a special cleaning to prepare it for Passover, for Pesach. Springtime is a perfect time for us to make a new web. "I don't know how to make a web," Sammy said sadly. "I'm going to teach you," said his mother, giving him a big hug. "Will we celebrate Pesach too?" asked Sammy. "Silly little Sammy," laughed Mrs. Spider. "Spiders don't celebrate Passover. Spiders spin webs." We begin by spinning one thread. Then we spin a second, and then a third. Finally, we spin a fourth to make a square. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I see that square. You see it? That's cool. Oh, but Sammy wasn't listening. "What is Mr. Shapiro putting on the table?" he asked. "That's called a matzah," Mrs. Spider replied. "Tonight is the first night of Passover, and the Shapiros will have a special meal called a seder." Then Mrs. Shapiro brought in a big platter with a roasted egg and azroa and parsley, charoset, and bitter herbs. "That's called a seder plate," Mrs. Spider explained. "The Shapiros will eat special foods at their seder." "Do spiders eat special foods for Pesach?" asked Sammy. "Silly little Sammy," answered his mother. "Spiders don't celebrate Pesach. Spiders eat flies and other insects to catch them and spin a web, and I need your help. Watch me attach a circle to the inside of our web." Can you find the circle? Yep, that's right. You found it. But Sammy was not listening. He was hovering on a silky strand above the table, watching the Shapiros at their seder. Crunch went the matzah as Mr. Shapiro broke it in half. I wonder why he's doing that. Sammy watched him wrap one of the broken pieces in a bright red napkin. When Josh wasn't looking, Mr. Shapiro hid it on top of the bookcase. Sammy climbed back up to the ceiling. "Mother," he asked, "why did Mr. Shapiro hide the matzah?" "It's called the afikoman," Mrs. Spider answered. "After the meal, Josh will try to find it. If he does, he'll get a prize." "What fun!" Sammy said. "Can I play too?" "Silly little Sammy," said his mother. "Spiders don't celebrate Passover. They don't celebrate Pesach. Spiders spin webs, and I really need your help to spin a triangle inside the circle." Guys, do you see that? Mrs. Spider, Sammy's mommy, made a square, and then inside that he made a circle, and then inside that she made a triangle. A triangle has 3 sides. What's that? 1, 2, 3. But Sammy was not listening. He looked longingly at the hidden afikoman. "All right," sighed Mrs. Spider. "You may watch the seder for a little while." Sammy quickly crossed the ceiling and stopped right above the bookshelf as Josh finished saying the 4 questions, the Ma Nishtana. He listened as the family sang Pesach songs, read the Misharotam, and took turns reading the story of baby Moshe, who led the Jews to freedom. The Shapiros began their seder. Sammy had never seen so much food. Whoa! You see all that food? At last it was time to search for the afikomen. Sammy wished he could help, but he remembered his mother's words. Spiders don't celebrate Pesach. Swinging from a strand of webbing, he watched as Josh searched every corner of the room. When Josh neared the bookshelf, Sammy got excited. Something shiny caught Josh's eye. It was an amazing little web with a beautiful Jewish star inside. Wow, breathed Josh. As he went closer to look, he spotted the afikomen just below the glistening web. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow! I found it, he said. Sammy glowed with pride. I did it, Mother! I helped Josh find the afikomen. And you also spun a beautiful web, Mrs. Spider answered. You used all of the shapes that I taught you. In his excitement, Sammy didn't even know that he had spun a web. He looked back at the bookshelf. He beamed. It was easy, Mother. You make a square, a circle, and a triangle. Then you pass over with another triangle. That's how spiders celebrate Pesach. Do you see Sammy's beautiful web? He made a Magen David. Bye, children. I can't wait to hear how you're going to celebrate Pesach.